All right, today we're diving into a massive, hidden problem that costs businesses a fortune. It's called the availability gap, and we're going to explore how a pretty simple shift in mindset can turn something as frustrating as a missed call directly into revenue.
So let me just ask you this straight up. If you run a service-based business, what do you think is the single biggest threat to your bottom line right now? Just take a second to think about it.
You're probably thinking it's your competitors, right? Or maybe the economy, or how much it costs to run ads. But the real answer? It's much, much simpler. And it's something most people completely overlook. Your voicemail. Seriously, this is the heart of what we're calling the availability gap. That critical moment when a customer is ready to pay you, they're on the phone, but you're just not there to pick up.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to unpack this silent revenue killer and figure out who's most at risk. Then, and this is the really cool part, we'll explore a powerful new way to think about this. The solution isn't software, it's a whole new kind of employee. We'll look at its round-the-clock job description, the mind-blowing ROI, and finally, we'll ask the big question. Is this just the future?
Okay, first up, the silent revenue killer. Here's the thing, most businesses don't have a demand problem. You spend all this time and money on marketing. You build a great reputation. You get people interested. But then that business just evaporates. It vanishes because of missed calls, because you're too slow to follow up, because your team is just swamped. The problem isn't getting people to call you. It's being there to answer when they actually do.
So, who's really feeling the pain here? Well, it turns out this availability gap doesn't hit everyone equally. It's especially brutal for certain types of businesses that all kind of share the same DNA.
And I mean, look at this list. It's huge. We're talking about lawyers, HVAC companies, dentists, real estate agents, fitness studios, you name it. Basically, if your business lives and breathes by phone calls to book appointments that are worth a lot of money, you are almost certainly on this list.
And the reason they're so vulnerable, it really boils down to three things. A ton of inbound calls, revenue that's totally dependent on booking appointments, and a super high value for every single new client you bring in. For these businesses, a missed call isn't just a minor inconvenience. It's a massive, painful loss of potential income.
This brings us to the solution. And to really get it, you have to make a big mental shift. We need to stop thinking about this as a software problem and start thinking about it as a hiring opportunity. We're talking about a new kind of employee.
So here it is, the big idea. The best way to solve this availability crisis isn't to buy another piece of software that you have to manage, it's to reframe the entire solution as a form of labor, an AI employee.
Think about it this way, right? A software tool feels like an expense on your credit card statement. But an AI employee, that's an investment in your growth. A tool needs you or someone on your team to manage it, which actually adds to your workload. This new kind of employee works on its own. It works autonomously, which reduces your workload. You see the difference? It's not just words, it's a completely different way to view its role in your business.
It really comes down to this simple but powerful idea. You're changing how you see the purchase. It's not another monthly bill you have to pay, it's a strategic hire that works alongside your human team.
Okay, so what does this new AI employee actually do? Like, what's on its job description? Well, let's break down what it does 24/7. Its job is really built on four main pillars. Number one, and this is huge, it answers every single call, instantly, no more voicemail. Two, it engages every lead, day or night, across text, web chat, you name it. Three, it can even go back through your old contacts and find hidden revenue you thought was long gone. And four, it helps build your online reputation by automating review requests. It handles the entire communication cycle from the very first hello to the long-term follow-up.
And now for my favorite part. The part that makes this whole thing a no-brainer, the money. Let's look at something called the one lead ROI. The math behind this is so simple, it's almost hard to believe.
For most of those businesses we talked about earlier, the lawyers, the plumbers, the dentists, the value of a single new client is so high that if you save just one lead from falling through the cracks or book just one extra appointment that you would have missed, it often pays for the entire monthly cost of the service. Let that sink in. The break-even point isn't getting 10 new clients or 20 or 50, it's one. Just one. That's an incredibly simple and powerful justification right there. If the system brings in just one new client you otherwise would have lost, it's already paid for itself. Everything after that is pure profit.
And this is what that value equation looks like. On one side, you have this really modest monthly cost, and on the other, you have the gigantic average value of a new client. The return isn't just good, it's
kind of ridiculous. It's disproportionately huge. So finally, let's just zoom all the way out and look at the big picture. Is this just another clever tech trend that'll fade away? Or is this pointing towards the future that's, well, inevitable for how service businesses are going to have to operate? I mean, the strategic advantages are just crystal clear. You're replacing the chaos of a constantly ringing phone with a reliable, predictable system. It wins where human hiring can sometimes fail. It's instant, it's perfectly consistent every single time, and you can scale it up or down with any friction. And most importantly, it operates at the exact point where money is made, that first point of contact. Honestly, adopting this isn't just about fixing a problem. It signals a really mature CEO-level mindset that's focused on building systems instead of just managing stress.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. For any business out there whose lifeblood is a ringing phone and quick follow-up, a system that guarantees you are available 100% of the time, well, it's not really an option, is it? It feels inevitable. The only real question isn't if businesses will adopt this, but when.